Here's the easiest way to make edgeware in Blender. This is retard proof. You can't fuck this up. You're gonna have to start with a material on your object. I got a green material with a bump map, which kind of makes it look like there's some paint on the object to make it fit this tank in the background. Then you're gonna need a second material, which is gonna be a duplicate of the first material that you have. So if you want to duplicate a material, you can select the first one and press this little button which has like 2 pages, 2 sheets of paper or something. It's called new material. Click that. Now you can just create a new material slot and load up the previous material. In this case, it might be handy to rename this shit because I just have a bunch of numbers, so it's kind of hard to tell what's what. But if you give it a specific name, you're gonna be able to tell. So I'm gonna name this one Material 1, and the other one's gonna be called Material 2. In material 1, we're going to select that and push that up. Now select your second material and go to the shading editor. We're now going to create the actual edgeware effect. This material is not applied to the model yet, so we can't really get a preview of what it looks like. If you want to get a preview of what it looks like, you can add another object like a cube or something, and then just load that second material onto that cube. So now we can see what we're doing with that second material. Now we're going to add a noise texture node, and then we're going to add a color ramp node. Both of these nodes should be added to the second material, the edgeware material. You can even name this edgeware if it makes it any easier. In your color ramp node, you have a black and a white marker. The black marker, we're going to replace the black color with the green color that we have on our first material. So since our materials are duplicates, I can just hover over the base color, I can press Ctrl C to copy that, and then I can hover over the black color and press Ctrl V to paste it right here. So now this color ramp node is going to control a gradient between the green color and the white color. Plug the color from the noise texture node into the factor of the color ramp node, and plug the color from the color ramp node into the base color of the principal node. Now it turns out this material is applied to both objects, so I just made myself look stupid, but it doesn't matter as long as we get a preview. Now you can move your markers around to control the gradient between the two colors. That's up to you how you want to do that. You can also control the scale of the noise texture node to control the level of detail on the new texture. Now we're going to go back to our object, we're going to select everything, we're going to select the first material, and we're going to assign that all over this object. So now this is just the base green color. Now we have to select all the edges to which we want to add some edgeware. So in this case, I can use a shortcut by pressing Alt right click to select this entire edge loop right here. Then I'm going to press Shift G and I'm going to click face angles, because that's going to select all the edges which have a similar angle. So it's going to select all the edges which have approximately 90 degrees in them. It's not going to be perfect, so you're going to have to manually correct a few things here and there. And once you have all these edges selected, just press Ctrl B to bevel them and hold down Shift so you can get more control over the width of this bevel. Now you might want to scroll up or down because you only need 3 edges on this bevel. And once you create the bevel, you're going to get this menu on the side. Change the shape to 1 and change the material index from -1 to 1. And now the bevel has a separate material. So the edges which we bevel and the geometry which belongs to this bevel is going to carry the second material in this object, which happens to be the material that we just created for the edgeware. So now we're going to go back to editing material 2 and we're going to make a few adjustments to make this look a bit more like edgeware. First of all, you have to increase the scale to make this a little bit more detailed and more rough. Now you can play around with the roughness and the detail and whatever, and you figure out what looks best in your particular scenario. But once you figure that out, you're going to take the color from the color ramp node and you're also going to plug that into your metallic property. So now the parts that are white on this second material, not only are they white, they have a different color, but they also have a metallic value. So it kind of looks like we have paint on the object, but the parts that are worn out, that are white, they're metallic. So it looks like we have a chrome base underneath and it has different shading on it. Now you can also go to Object, Shade Smooth, and the bevels are going to help you a lot with your smooth shading. Now if you're looking at this object from a distance, it looks like some pretty damn good edgeware. I think given the amount of effort it took, which is basically fucking 0 to create this edgeware, I think the result is pretty damn good. Let me know what you want to see next and I'll see you in the next one.